Mr. Berry again here, Algebra 1, talking about two-step equations. We want to go ahead and again go through the process of doing this. Hopefully nothing too new for you to start off the class. But I have 6 is equal to a over 4, so we got a little bit of a fraction look like going on there, plus 2. And we have, it's a two-step equation, so we're going to have 2 steps here. And we want to first consider where the variable's at. So I have a variable right here. It's the letter A. So I kind of just want to like notify myself of that. I like to do this. You don't necessarily have to, but I like to let myself know like, hey, there are 2 terms, 1, 2, on the right side, and the one that I just boxed there is the one with the variable. So I want to move the other term away from it if possible, and here it is a plus 2. So to take it to the other side, I got to use the inverse operation. If I have addition of 2, in order to do that, I would have to subtract 2. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. Over here on the right side, where we really started off the problem, I got a plus 2 and a minus 2. When I do that, that's 0. So I would just rewrite down a over 4. And that would be equal to, over here on the left side, 6 minus 2 is 4. And we're in the process here of kind of just taking a moment and writing down our logic behind that move. Again, we subtracted 2 from both sides. We used the subtraction property of equality. So let's go ahead and just make a note of that. Abbreviate subtraction, and I'll abbreviate property of equality. So we know that we did that there. Now I'm down to 1 term on both sides of the equation, 4 on the left, a over 4 on the right side. And again, in order to isolate that variable, I need to do the inverse operation. So right now I have a over 4. It looks like a fraction. We can't freak out. Fractions are just a fancy way of saying division. So right there I can reread that right side as a divided by 4. Now if that's the case, that means that in order to isolate the variable, I got to do the inverse operation. What's the inverse of dividing? It would be to multiply. So here I'm going to divide by 4 right now, which means inverse operation would be to multiply by 4. And if I do it to one side of the equation, I have to do it to the other side of the equation. I like to put my terms in parentheses there. You can draw a little dot as well. However it is that you would like to do it, that's fine with me. So I have divided by 4 times 4. Those are inverses of each other. 4 divided by 4 would make the number 1. Usually at this spot, we only write down just the variable a in this case. You are more than welcome to put the number 1 in front of it. That would be the coefficient for 4 divided by 4 would be 1. On the left side, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. And there is our solution to this equation. A is equal to 16. 16 would be the only number that you could take and plug into the original equation that would give you equivalent statement. And again, let's just take a moment to explain what it is process-wise we just did there. At the end, we know that we had to multiply by 4. We used the multiplication property of equality. I'll make a quick note of that. I'm going to abbreviate multiplication. I'm going to abbreviate property of equality. And we should be good to go on with that.